A good female friend once told me that if you look too much to the past or look at what somebody else has on their plate, you're not looking to the future, nor are you looking to what you could have. And by the way, to that friend, she recently had to have some surgery, so get well soon. Anyway, the point here I'm trying to make is simply this. Chris Brown, as you see in the side-by-side photo with an ex, Amika Harris, who he's now getting ready to have a second child with. Keep in mind I said ex. And look at this woman. Beautiful woman, but tell me she does not look like a clone, almost like a clone of Karrueche Tran. You had rather this beautiful woman right here, and for whatever reason it didn't work out, and you're getting ready to have a baby with this woman that you're gonna have to get along with. And I somewhat suspect, and I suspect that was probably the case with the other one as well. One of the reasons you couldn't make it work is because you can't leave Karrueche alone, which leads to the main point of this video. Chris Brown came out Friday that, hey, nah, I was hacked. He's now claiming that he was hacked, and that the words that were said on Victor Cruz's page about him concerning his relationship with Karrueche Tran, I did a previous video on it, was as a result of a hacker. Here's why I don't buy that. Number one, you wait till Friday, this past Friday, June 14th, you wait till then to say something. When this incident happened Monday, granted it wasn't reported until about Thursday in the news, but this incident allegedly happened on Monday. Should you have already came out about this way ahead of time? You should have already been ahead of this if that was the case. You wait till Friday to issue a statement. That's why, and plus, Chris, I just don't buy this. I don't buy this at all. And it's too bad he doesn't have, what I mean by real fans, too bad he doesn't have some real fans or some real friends around him to check him, because a real friend would pull him to the side and check his behind and be like, look, Chris, you screwing up for real. You screwing up on the real. Because Karrueche Tran, from what I've been told, still has a restraining order on him, and it's still in effect, which is why he went to Victor Cruz's page and did that. And yes, until you show me real evidence that he was hacked, I'm gonna believe what he had to say about him being hacked is BS. Not saying that it can't happen, but if this happened last Monday and you waited till Friday to say something, no. Nah, dude, you should have already been ahead of this. You should have been ahead of this. I think the real reason you said something is because the story started getting out on Thursday. Either Thursday evening or early Friday morning, the story started circulating, and then all of a sudden you had something to say. Nah, I'm not buying it. I think this man is still obsessed with this young female, and for the life of me, and this is not a put down to her, but for the life of me, I can't understand why. She seems to be happy with this Victor Cruz guy. Let him. You Chris Brown, man. You have access, and I'm going to be as PG as I can, but you have access to females, or to be a little street, you have access to tail that I could only dream of having access to. You have access to women that most men would kill to have access to. And yet you're obsessed with this one chick who nobody, I mean, if this was Rihanna, it would be, I still out of line, but I could understand Rihanna. Rihanna's a superstar. No one ever heard of Karrueche Tran until you dated her. No one had ever heard of her. And she has no, as far as I know, I mean, and somebody in the comment section or something can correct me on this, she has no real talent other than maybe looking good. She might be a model or something. But no one ever really heard of her till she dated you. You took this ordinary chick. And I say it again, like I said in the previous video. You the one that screwed up. You the one cheated on her. And she decided to be a real woman, which you're probably not used to. She decided to be a real woman and just say, nah, good luck with your shorty royalty. I'm out. Peace. And that was probably a shock to the system to you. Because you're not used to somebody telling the great Chris Brown no. And that's not just Chris Brown. It's a lot of these celebrities. A lot of these celebrities across the board, male and female, they're not used to being told no. But she did. And I think that, above all reason, is why he's so obsessed with her. Because she had the guts to tell Chris Brown no and embrace another life. And now she's happy. Meanwhile, Chris, with all that fame, even with the controversy, granted, I think he would have been a lot bigger than he was. And I say again, some of the stuff, you know, the mainstream media tries to imply about his domestic violence thing, you know, trying to apply every time a girl hollers, oh, he raped me or he hit me. Ever since that night with Rihanna, even though we know it was both sides. That, and this isn't reported in the mainstream media. We know it was both sides, but they still want to focus on Chris Brown. We always want to focus on Chris Brown. Now, on that subject, I'll take up for him all day, every day. But as a whole, when he does stuff like this, it makes it even tougher. I would have actually more respect for him if he just admit, look, man, yeah, I did that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. That was, but instead he's saying, oh, I was hacked. And I'm sorry. I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point in the video, but I'm sorry. I don't buy his story. I don't buy it. I don't buy his story. I know if it was me, especially if I had his history, and somebody had said, you know, somebody District Cruz posing as you, that would have been stopped immediately. That would have been stopped immediately. You're a 30-year-old acting 13, or almost 30 years old, acting 13. No, you should have been ahead of this long before it got to where it is. So no, I'm not buying it. The bottom line is, I wish Chris had some real dudes around him to sit him down and set him straight, and wasn't afraid to tell him no. No, this ain't right, bro. This ain't right. Can't be doing this. But unfortunately, he has a lot of yes people and a lot of hanger-oners that just want to eat off his plate, or eat off of him, or mooch off of him. And he doesn't really realize it, nor does he care. And I think that whole thing with Rihanna, even though what he did was wrong, and like I said, it was still both sides, but I think it did something to him. It really did something to him to now he doesn't care. He doesn't give a crap. And it's very tragic. Very sad. So, but to that whole story about him being hacked and stuff, I don't buy it. We know it's you. And it's sad and this is a statement not only of Chris Brown, but to a lot of celebrities. And I'm talking mainly of the men, and not just the black men either, because this goes on with all of them. With a lot of them. I won't say all of them. With a lot of them. Y'all got access to people that the average man like myself would only dream of having access to. You can have anybody you want. You can have 10 women line up at your hotel room and they'll basically let you bang them all. They'll let you bang them all. But that ain't enough. Because this one chick had the guts to tell you no. And that's what this boils down to, in my opinion. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'm out.